Hey guys, so this is the KB Ear KB16, also known as Cepheus. Now this is a hybrid in-ear monitor that is definitely made for seasoned audiophiles who look for a pair that sounds authentic and brings out the most details in a track without ruining the overall experience. So sit back, relax, and let me break this down. So the KB Ear KB16 or Cepheus comes in this box here. Nothing too fancy, very nice graphics though. Sliding off the outer cover, you get this box inside. Inside the box, you get some paperwork, numerous pairs of different size silicone ear tips, a high quality oxygen-free copper cable with 0.78 2-pin connectors on one end and a 3.5mm stereo jack on the other. And of course, you get the KB Ear KB16 or Cepheus in-ear monitors themselves. Now in terms of the specs, the KB Ear Cepheus is a hybrid in-ear monitor as mentioned. That means it packs two types of drivers in each of these in-ear monitors. So this packs two dynamic drivers, one is 6mm and the other is 10mm, coupled with 6 balanced armatures. So a total of 8 drivers on each side. Now the 6mm dynamic driver is going to take care of your mid and high frequencies, while the 10mm dynamic driver is going to take care of your low end or the bass response. And the 6 balanced armatures have one job, and that is to produce the mid and high frequencies. And these have an impedance of 14 ohms. So again, these would be categorized as low impedance in-ear monitors, but because of the really poor quality of the inbuilt DACs in our smartphones nowadays, it'll end up sounding weak with low volume, and you'll feel like the bass is not tight and it just doesn't sound as good as they possibly can. Now to mitigate this, all you need is a portable DAC, something like this. Nothing too fancy or expensive, just something that can make sure that your in-ear monitors perform to their full potential without leaving any volume or quality in the tank. And what you get is exactly what you paid for, which is high fidelity audio. And as always, the one that I personally use will be linked in the description below. Now as for the build, it is made of high quality resin that feels smooth to the touch with no jagged edges. The resin is see-through and you can actually see the drivers packed inside, which is always very cool. As for comfort, although this varies from one ear to another, personally I had no issues with fit or comfort even for extended listening sessions, and trust me, I have tiny ears. Now the cable too is decent, that is not too flimsy and it doesn't tangle as easily, so no real complaints here. Alright, now let's talk about the main criteria, which is the audio quality. Now as you know, sound is majorly made up of 3 major frequencies: the highs, the mids and the lows. The highs or the treble response where the really sharp sounding instruments are, the mids where the vocals are, and the low end or the bass response. Alright, starting off with the highs or the treble response, thanks to the 6mm dynamic driver and the 6 balanced armatures, one of the jobs of which is to produce the high frequencies, the treble response has excellent detail retention and technical performance. The highs are layered with each instrument in those layers being distinctly audible even on busy tracks. So this helps with analyzing tracks, especially for musicians and even for on-stage performers. Next up, we have the mid frequencies where the vocals are. Now the mids also benefit from the 6mm dynamic driver and the 6 balanced armatures to produce a mostly neutral and balanced tonality. The vocals, while distinctly audible, aren't pushed too forward nor too recessed, giving you a more or less authentic rendering without adding any superficial clarity. Instruments too sound well separated and have good detail retrieval with no overlap with the vocals. And finally we get to the low end or the bass response. Now having a 10mm dynamic driver dedicated for the low end, it does not impose its presence right from the get-go, but just complements the highs and the mids to give you a very authentic and neutral output. However, when the track demands it, the bass has a commendable slam with good sub-low rumble, but without showing the characteristics of a typical bass-heavy in-ear monitor. Once again, these are ideal for purists and musicians looking for accuracy. Now the soundstage on these are quite wide with accurate and impressive imaging that adds to the immersive experience when listening to music. So yeah, technically you can even use these for gaming. Alright, just to summarize, the KB Ear KB16 or Cepheus is a pair that is tailored for purists, musicians, on-stage performers, or simply audiophiles who seek authentic, balanced and neutral tonality when listening to their music. Individuals who want a fun sound signature with sparkly highs and deep bass should look elsewhere, as this may not fulfill that need. This is a pair that offers an authentic and detailed rendering of the sound that tries to stay true to the source and is something a seasoned audiophile can definitely look into and appreciate. So there you have it guys, that was my review of the KB-Ear KB16 or Cepheus. I hope you've enjoyed that. If you have any other questions regarding this, do let me know in the comment section below. As always, the link to this, the DAC and all other audio accessories and products will be placed in the description for your convenience, and I would really appreciate if you use those links to make your purchase to help me run this channel so that I can produce more such high quality and helpful content just for you guys. So thank you so much for stopping by. Make sure to smash the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, share this video, leave a comment, and I'll catch you guys very soon in the next one. Cheers.